Yes, maybe any extra credit points.
Yeah.
I hope so. Okay. Welcome everyone. Thank you for attending. I appreciate everybody, even though some of you just got, wrangled into it. So thanks, Tony, Anthony. Appreciate you guys. This afternoon, my speech entails disciplining your child and using different methods. So I'm going to give some information that I've learned and studied over disciplining your child and give you some different ideas, some different methods. And one of the things that I've understood from doing my research and being a parent myself is different methods are for different people, and you got to try numerous methods in order to find what works best for you. And I can tell you some of the methods that I've used. I've used the spanking. Didn't fare so well. We use the nose to nose, hug each other, have to stay there until you both quit crying method. That didn't work so hard either. The method that we did find that worked really well for us was, and I know this might sound mean to some people, is we made our boys run. Our driveway before we moved down here is 1/4 mile long, and they would have to run around the house and the garage, down the end of the driveway and back, and I would stand at the driveway and I would yell like a drill sergeant. If they were going too slow, I thought I couldn't see them through the tree line. So, different methods for different people, and I would like to say with that being said that I made my kids run. My youngest son is now on the cross country team. He is, as a freshman, he broke a 5-minute mile in track this last season as a freshman, so he did really well. And they both exceedingly fast when it comes to basketball and football. So watch out opposing schools. So there's many different methods that I've learned. Like I said, those being some of them. The method depends on a lot of it, starting with how are you as a parent going to reward your child? Everybody likes a reward, and everybody likes to be recognized for doing positive things. Everybody likes to be recognized when they do something good or something favorable, not just do all the bad things that you do. So one of the things that I've learned is when your child does something positive, there's many methods you can use, such as hugs, kisses, a positive word, a pat on the back, just some different things that make them feel that human touch, that human contact, because we all need that and we all need to feel the warmth. So that was one method, and I really like that method. Another option is giving your child a treat, and not necessarily a junk food treat, loading them up with chocolate or something like that, but those healthy treats you can make together. So you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak. You're spending time together. You're creating something together, and it's a reward. But they're also learning social skills. They're learning human interaction. They're learning how to make something. And as they get older, you can give them the ability to do certain parts of it on their own, so that they also feel engaged in learning how to teach other people something later on down the road. So that one's definitely a win-win for everybody involved, the parent and the child. Another method that you can use to reward your child is by giving them additional playtime. If your child likes playing outside, or the child, grandchild, niece, nephew, whomever likes to play outside, you can give them a lot of free time outside if they do the positive things that you've asked them to do. Same with electronic gaming. We all know phones, games, iPads, iPods, been a big deal. So another reward, and it doesn't cost you anything. None of these things cost you anything other than time. So it's a positive win-win for the child, as long as they're following the guidelines of what it is that you want them to do, which is an important factor of what I learned is being clear about what the rules are and what the consequences are is another thing. Parenting and disciplining your child is a very important factor. If the child knows, 1, what the expectation is, 2, what the consequence is, and 3, knows that the accountability is going to be there by the parent, by the child, or grandparent, or whomever is raising them, then it means more to them. It means more involvement, it means more understanding, more participation within the child and interaction with you. So I found that was very interesting, and focused on children who throw a tantrum and get their way, and many of you have seen that. You go into Walmart and you see the kid on the floor screaming that they want the Barbie doll or the stuffed animal. And sometimes that parent will give in, and that child then begins to have that expectation. If I throw myself on the floor, if I scream and cause a scene, I'll get what I want. And they may not do that at home, but they might do it out in public. Was that you?
No, you're 5
5
minutes.
minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes, okay, thank you, sorry. You just made me forget. Hi guys. So that was an important factor of understanding that you don't want to give in as the child's throwing the tantrum. You want to be able to stand firm and explain to them as best you can what the expectation is and hold true to the expectation. Sometimes you have to take things away. You have to take away electronics or additional playtime and hold firm to that and make sure that the child understands this is the consequence for the action, this is the expectation. If you clean your room, you get additional playtime. If you don't clean your room, you don't get additional playtime. So those were things that I find that are hard to, as a parent, to keep on an even kill. Consistency is another key important factor with disciplining your child. Consistency, consistency, consistency. I think all of us have heard that 100 times, no matter who you are, no matter how old you are. Somebody's told you, well, if you were more consistent with your child, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't behave that way. And as an adult, I know if I had some more consistency growing up, maybe I might have been a little bit better behaved. No, probably not. So, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, probably not. If every time your child gets upset about the consequence and you back down, again, that's like throwing a tantrum. They're gonna start understanding, okay, there's not consistency. You're not gonna continue to hold firm. You're not gonna take my stuff away from me and you're not gonna make me do that. Another aspect is we give leeway because we're too busy or they're too busy in sports or school or whatever it is. So we take that time away and then we give them so much leeway and they start to use that leeway. So that's another thing that we focus on as parents is trying to remember to be consistent and not give the leeway and maintain. But the biggest one that I think all of us, or at least I know I'm 100% guilty of between 2 jobs, going to school and sporting events is just being lax about it. Just saying, you know, I'm too tired to care today. And so I lose some of my consistency with my children. And granted, I now have teenage boys, and consistency is a must. And a couple of people may know, I'm going through some things with my 15-year-old, which is my youngest, and a lot of it has to do right now with the consistency of who he's allowed to hang out with, where he's allowed to go, what he's allowed to do, and checking his electronic devices. And since I've forgotten where that consistency is, I've went back to that and I've started going, okay, I need your phone. Actually, right now he won't get his phone back for another month. So, yeah, no electronic devices actually right now in my house. They've all been taken away. He has no TV, he has no laptop, no iPad, no iPhone, no iPod, no nothing. Mm-hmm. And it's a form of consistency that unfortunately I've let go slacks that I'm like, you don't have anymore. Mm-hmm. The main thing that I think taken away from disciplining or learning about disciplining your child for me was learning the key to raising a successful child is interaction, love, consistency, reliability, responsibility, follow through, and determination to be the best parent that you can be. And I think that comes from if you're a mother, a father, a grandparent, an aunt, or an uncle raising a child, or being a part of a child's life. Those things are key in making sure that you have a rapport and you're able to build communication skills and social skills with that child. So, thank you.